Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, the Zilinski Life. It's just me. Cody's at work, although we've been chatting a little bit back and forth while he's away for work. And I'm going to go through and just tear apart our budget today. I'm going to absolutely fuck shit up, for lack of a better word. Why, you might be asking? Well, right now, let's just flip forward to a month where things are a little more leveled out here. Our monthly goals are $6,900 a month. That's what we need to make all of our bills, our subscriptions, our grocery money, and a bit of our sinking funds, like saving for Christmas and the kids and stuff like that. Now, technically that's pretty close to what we can do between our quarterly carbon tax rebates and our child subsidies and stuff like that. But I want to get it that, and in the later point of the year, Cody always winds up bringing home more money because he maxes out his CPP and his EI, which gives us about an extra $600 a month. But I want to get us to a point where we can get by on just his bare minimum, not including any other benefits, subsidies, increases in income, just like the bare minimum, which at this time of year is $6,000 a month. So we need to chop $900 off of our budget. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to do that today. And so obviously our rent can't change. One, we're in a lease for another 8 months, and two, we will be renewing this for another 2 years because you can't get even a 1-bedroom apartment for this price in the city we live in right now. I mean, I guess maybe you could, but it would be probably top floor of a walk-up building in a not so safe area, and we have kids. So right now we have a full house with a backyard for this price. The guy who owns it is really nice. I don't think we plan on leaving anytime soon, so this is non-negotiable. Childcare. Currently the kids are in daycare full-time. Cody and I have gone back and forth a lot about bringing them home. We do run several businesses, which is why we kept them in daycare, because a lot of our business activities run throughout the day, and it's a lot harder to do them with little kids at home. Now, that being said, we just got done with Christmas break. The kids were home with me full-time for a little over a week, and I was still able to create things for the Etsy store, list them for sale, take photos of stuff, take calls. Was it more distracting and took me longer? Yeah, absolutely. Is it easier for me to focus while the kids are at work or while the kids are at daycare? Yeah, absolutely. $250 for full-time childcare is actually a really good price, because before the government stepped in and started subsidizing it, one of our kids in daycare would have been over $1,000 a month. So I'm very grateful for this. The daycare they go to is amazing. They love their teachers. But it is a pretty big expense, and especially now as the kids are getting a little bit older. And Freya, she loves to help clean around the house. She's developing interests and hobbies at her age. She'll be 5 in 10 days. Her and her brother play together really well. And I feel like as they're getting a little bit older, it's a little easier to keep them at home while I'm multitasking on other projects. So we might actually look at taking the kids out of daycare. That, and Freya would be starting school this September, and we want homeschool, so she would be coming home full-time anyways. So I think we might look at taking that out, but we're going to go through everything else first. Life insurance, this is non-negotiable. We have to keep this because Cody is the sole income provider for our family, and our other side incomes do not provide enough income to pay all of our bills. So if, God forbid, something happens to him, we would need this to kick in order to pay off the remaining debts and to float me through for a little bit while I get myself reestablished in my career and get a job and figure out all of that stuff. So I mean, knock on wood, we hope and pray something like that never happens. And we also have life insurance on me, although admittedly it's a lot less, because again, I don't really bring in a lot of money to the household, but it would be enough to get us completely out of debt, give Cody some time off work to grieve, and then take care of him and the kids as he continues working. So Bell, this is insane. The fact that we pay almost $400 a month for our phones, we are aware that this is insane. Unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do right at this very moment because our phones are contracted through the carrier. So we have to pay off the phones. before we can lower this bill. So that's on the agenda for March with our tax return. There's two big things to do with that. One, we're going to pay off the AC that got installed last year for the house and pay off our phones so that we can get into cheaper phone bills. So not a right now thing, but a soon to fix thing, we hope. Internet. Now this is internet and home security. Our internet is $75 a month and our internet is $75 and our home security is $54. Should be $129, so I'm not actually sure. Oh, and then I think we have like a $10 extra charge. Maybe I should look at this bill again because I get $139 plus GST. Which would be $146, and this says $152, which is not a huge discrepancy, but I might look into it. I have tried to find a cheaper internet provider. Unfortunately, the internet in our area starts at about $85. So that's already more than what we're paying, and we can't cancel our security contract without paying out the arse for it. So that's kind of set in stone. Now, pet insurance. I got pet insurance because when we rescued China, we adopted her in July of 2024. I got pet insurance on her right away because she is a senior cat, and if she wound up getting sick or something wound up being wrong with her, we wanted to make sure that we had that pet insurance so that we could afford to take care of her. Now, we've since had her checked out at the vet. She's quite healthy, she eats well. She's missing a lot of her teeth on the left side, but otherwise she's good. We had all her blood work done and all that good stuff. So I'm debating maybe canceling the pet insurance because this is $650 a year almost. So we could just be putting this money aside into a pet emergency fund or into our general emergency fund, and then, you know, again, heaven forbid something happens with her, she needs blood work or whatever. Blood work typically runs about $150 to $200, and then treatment, depending on what's wrong with your animal, could be anywhere from a few hundred up to several $1,000s. So I think we could just save this money as part of our emergency fund. So we might look at canceling that. These two debt payments are fixed. We cannot change that. The gym, this is for both Cody and I. We just go to Planet Fitness and I bring him as a guest when I go. And we could cancel it. I think I'm going to keep it for now. Utilities, again, this fluctuates month to month. There's not a whole heck of a lot I can do. Insurance, I've shopped around. I can't get a lower price than that. Rogers is for my father's phone bill and an iPad. Same thing, we finance the iPad through the carrier. That'll also get paid off in March to lower this bill, but as of right now, not much we can do about it. Ditto, again, this is all our other consumable products, so household cleaners, skincare, makeup, although I don't really buy makeup, but skincare, supplements, energy drinks, what else comes out of here? Kids vitamins, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and then customer orders as well. So we could maybe lower it a little bit, but I don't really want to touch it if I don't have to, so I'm going to leave it there. 10-inch insurance. Now this is a really high goal because I forgot about this right up until like yesterday, and I added it back in. I need $673 by March to pay our annual tenant insurance. Now $673 divided by 12 is $56 a month. I have since found tenant insurance cheaper where it's about $25 a month. Now admittedly it's not as good of coverage, like this one has $2 million liability. The cheaper one only has $1 million liability. This one has $30,000 of personal item coverage. The cheaper one only has $15,000. So there is a trade-off there. But it's less than half the price per month. And I'll be honest, I don't think we can come up with this by March unless we take it out of our tax return. And I think our tax return is going to be eaten up by a lot of other things. So we might wind up pulling this out of here, but we'll see. Now, subscriptions, I definitely think we can trim things out of here. The Aura Ring, again, as you guys might recall, I've lost 20 pounds throughout last year, so this is getting really loose. Not so loose that it's falling off yet, unless I'm like really cold and, you know, and then it'll come off when I'm warmer or when I'm swelled up. It still fits relatively okay, but it is definitely getting loose. I cannot afford to replace this because it's like a $500 ring, Canadian. Plus it's $9 a month. So if and when I replace my smart ring, I'm going to go with an Ultra Human. Aura is great, don't get me wrong, I don't want to pay the subscription fee. Ultra Human will also, you can buy coverage pretty cheap through them so that if you do gain or lose weight, they will get you another ring. Whereas Aura doesn't do that. I reached out to them and they're like, we'll give you $30 towards another ring. And I'm like, well, the ring's like $500, so that doesn't really help me. So I might sell the ring and cancel the membership. Netflix for sure can be canceled, so I will do that after this. And I should maybe make a note of what we're going to be canceling, or what I'm going to be canceling, because there's like the occasional thing that I want to watch on Netflix, but I basically binge it and then I don't watch Netflix for like a few months. The kids watch a lot of kids shows on there, but I want to get the kids away from watching things on their iPads and more so just doing the games, because I find like I put a 1 hour limit, so once they hit that 1 hour limit, Netflix and stuff shuts down. They can't get into it, but they can still do like Khan Academy Kids and Crayola Crate and play, and there's like a Paw Patrol game on there, and so they'll do those games, and those are educational, they're fun, there's something I can do with them. And I think I want to kind of remove the entertainment of the iPads and leave that just for family movie night on Fridays, and push them more towards using the educational apps. So they're going to miss it. I'm sure I'm going to get some backlash about it, but I'm okay with that, because that's my job as a parent, to guide them. And not having them rot their brains with Netflix shows is probably a good place to start. Audible, even though we like it, same thing. I think we're going to cancel that. Apple One, we will keep. Spotify, we're going to cancel that. That is $23. We're just going to use the free version with ads. I know in the last video I said we didn't want to do that because our kids use Spotify on their speakers for bedtime, but we're going to have to figure it out. YouTube Premium, we're debating canceling it. I think we might try and keep it for another month or two and use YouTube Music and see if we find it a valid replacement for Spotify. And if we do, we might just keep it, because then there's more value added there. But if not, we might just cancel it. Apple Care. Most of this is our iPads, and honestly, I'm beginning to think I might cancel it. It's not that much money. It's like $5 a month per iPad, so $60 a year per iPad, but we have 4 iPads. So that's $240 a year. Now, admittedly, Cody and I's iPads would be a lot more money to replace. I think his is $680 and mine is about $1,000. But the kids' iPads are only $350 or something, or $370 each. So again, it's one of those things where it's like, do we cancel it and just put that money into savings? And then once we have, you know, $500 set aside in case we have to replace an iPad? I don't know. We'll see. Again, for now, we're going to leave it there. Amazon Prime. Again, this is one of those things where it's like, it's $100 a year, which is not nothing. But we use it all the time. I get my coffee through there. I get Gunner's diapers through there because it's cheaper than me buying it at the store. It's convenient because it comes right to the house. The downside being that we also order a lot of extra stuff on Amazon because of how convenient it is to order. For now, we're going to leave it. Google Play Pass. I should maybe check with Cody and see how often he uses this, because I don't really play games on my phone. And the ones I do play are not on Google Play Pass. So it's only $38 a year. It's not like it's a lot of money, but we could maybe cut it back. Costco, I think I might wind up downgrading this to $60 a year, because last year we only got back $40, and this year, I don't know what it is. I can't see it on my account. I'm assuming because the year's closed and they're going to be sending out the checks. But I don't think we get $120 back a year. We do shop at Costco probably once a month, but we don't spend that much money there. So I might cancel that one and put Costco, the question mark, maybe. Google One, I'm going to keep that. It's only $42 a year, and we do use that. Not just because Cody and I have Samsung phones, but also I use Google Drive, we use the storage, we use the photos, so we're definitely going to keep that. Instacart, I think we're going to cancel that. Or Instacart. I use this all the time. I probably only actually go into a grocery store maybe once a month. I use this all the time. And I like it because I can make my grocery list, order my groceries, and I don't have to worry about spending extra because I saw it and I made an impulse purchase, because I am a very impulsive spender. That said, though, every time I order groceries, I'm paying an extra service fee and a delivery tip. And for the longest time, I used to think, well, I'm probably, if it costs, let's say, $15 an order, I probably save that by not going to the store, though. Between gas, time, and impulse purchases, I'm saving that $15 by just paying them to deliver it. But I think at this point, I need to just own up to my behaviors and my impulse urges, and I need to get control of that instead of putting it on. Like, yes, it's good to have systems in place to help you manage your bad habits, but at some point I also need to take personal responsibility for my actions and try to correct them without just depending on external factors. You know what I mean? YNAB. We live and breathe YNAB. But every year, and especially as the prices keep rising, like right now it's about $160 Canadian a year. It's just over $13 a month. I have debated getting rid of it, and I'll tell you why. Not because I don't like YNAB, not because it's not a fantastic program, but I'm the only one who uses it. Like, yes, Cody sits down, he does our budget with us every time we get paid, but he hardly ever refers to it. And he kind of prefers the old school budgeting method, pen and paper, cash. So I'm like, is it worth $160 a year just for my ease of mind, right? So what I'm doing right now is I am using YNAB in tandem with physical budgeting. So I've got, I think this was from the Budget Mom. I just downloaded her PDF to use for now. So I have like a calendar written out with all of our, when all of our bills are due. And then I go through and budget by paycheck, and I break down what we're going to pull out for cash. As of this year, we are using cash envelopes again. And it worked for us in the past, so there's nothing to say it won't work now. It's just getting used to a new system again. So I'm going to use them in tandem until we decide what we want to do, but we might go that way. Yippee is a Christian streaming service for kids, and we will be keeping this. It's only $60 a year, less than $6 a month. The kids love it. There's a lot of great shows on there. I'm going to keep it. Marco Polo is a video messaging app that we use between our friend group. It's $126 a year, but again, we split it between the 5 of us, so it's only $26. So we will keep that. But I'm going to put down here YNAB with a question mark. Maybe we cancel that. Date night. I think it is important that Cody and I prioritize one night a month at least where we go out and we date each other. I feel like a meal alone is $50, but whatever, we'll leave it there. Spending, I think we're going to leave this as is because I kind of wrote out a bit of a rough list, but I'm like, we can have different envelopes, different binders for different things. So in my binder, or however I wind up organizing it, I want to save for categories like stationery, clothing, a new phone, coffee, treating myself, dining out, emergency savings, and books. Those are just some of the things that I like to spend my money on. So $140 a month to divvy up between those categories I think would be good. For Cody, it's clothing, emergency savings, dining out, a new phone, and date night, because he wants to be able to pay for date night. So I guess actually maybe I should take date night out of here because that would come out of Cody's spending money. Groceries. Now we were spending an average of $1,100 a month over the last 3 months. Total was about $990. I feel like as my meal planning is getting stronger, my grocery budget is going down. So currently I have this set at $880 and I'm going to leave it there for now. Gas. We've got $250 per month. We're spending an average of about $280. Gas is really expensive right now. I think the last time I drove by the gas station it was like $1.50 a liter. And not too long ago it was like $1. I want to say it was $1.70, but that can't be right. There's no way. Typically here in Alberta, like central Alberta, we fluctuate around like $1.25 to about $1.45 per liter in gas. But as gas prices rise, this obviously goes up. The more driving we do, like if we want to go out to see Cody's mom, that also goes up. Now, if we pull the kids out of daycare, this would go down because then I'm doing less driving throughout the week. Even though their daycare is close, I wouldn't be driving there every day. So I don't know, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Eating out. I almost wonder if we should just like drastically reduce this, because Cody and I would also have our personal money that we might use. So maybe we'll increase this by $10 each. And then eating out could just be like one family meal a month out at like IHOP or Boston Pizza or something like that. General spending, this would be spending outside of maybe what Cody and I would spend. And again, it's one of those things where it's like, but what kind of spending? Because we should be saving up for bigger purchases. So maybe, again, we'll drastically reduce this. And we'll increase these by a little bit. So I went from 100 down to 40, that was 60. So if we go up $10 here, that's a total increase of 20. So we're still saving 40 bucks a month. Entertainment, we'll leave that there. Entertainment, 30 bucks a month, that's like to rent a movie, buy a movie, go to the movies, get a game, stuff like that. So we'll leave that there because we do use it. And then health and wellness, we're gonna leave alone as well. These can stay here. Christmas and holidays. So right now I have Christmas at $800 for next Christmas. Ideally, I'd like this to be like $2,000 and really go ham, but I think we have to just, sorry, there's a piece of paper stuck on the floor here. Oh. I think we need to be more conservative in our spending while we're in debt. I'm going to increase the kids by $5 because the kids binders or envelopes, this money would be divided between clothing, saving, and spending. Because sometimes they like to go to the dollar store and get like a little toy or something like that. Clothing. I mean, Cody's got a clothing category, I have a clothing category, and the kids have a clothing category. So is there really a necessity for an extra clothing category? I don't think so. So we're going to get rid of that one. And we will reallocate these funds. So 20 for the kids each. Because there's 60 in there, right? And then we'll do 20 each for Cody and I. Is that right? No. $10 each for Cody. No. 15 and 15 because it was 60, not 80. Okay, that leaves 74 cents. We'll just put that in the change jar for now. Okay, so vehicle, we'll leave that. Honestly, $35 a month is probably not enough to be saving for this, but like for just strictly oil changes, it would be fine because every time we go for an oil change, it's about $160 to $170, and we go about every 3 to 5 months. However, our windshield is in desperate need of replacement. Technically, it's still legal to drive because there's no cracks obscuring the driver's line of sight, but there's some pretty nasty chips in that windshield. So the windshield needs to be replaced. That's several $100s. The driver's side heated seat is gone. Hyundai quoted me, I think it was $600 to replace that, which is not a necessity. The sunroof doesn't close. If you open it, you can't get it closed again. That was $400 and some odd was quoted to fix that. The struts, tie rods, and the shocks, whatever they're called, also need to be serviced. And I think our brakes will need to be serviced this year as well. So several thousands of dollars. I don't know how we're going to afford it. Some of them are not necessary, but I anticipate we're probably going to need to spend about $1,200 to $1,500 this year. Home, this would be like furnace filters, I don't know, weather stripping for the windows, little hooks for the wall, I don't know, just little miscellaneous stuff. I think 20 bucks should be enough. $55 a month for China, that would be her cat food, dry and wet food, which I actually have to go to the store today. I don't have a lot of money for her. And her Meow Box subscription, which is every other month, which we are going to cancel because she's just so picky about her toys. The Meow Box is super cute, but she doesn't use it. There are literally no toys in the last box that she plays with. She could care less. She liked the treats that came in it, but if all she wants is treats, then I can just go get the treats for a lot less. So That's $31.31. So monthly, that's like $15.65. So I can take $15 out of this target, so that'll put her down to 40 bucks. That'll be enough for her food and her litter. Gifts and birthdays, $15 a month. I think that's fine. Babysitting, we're gonna put that to $40 a month. It's not a lot, but for now it's just gonna be that one date night a month, and we'll figure out the rest. Homeschooling, I think that's fine. We can leave that there. And month ahead, that's fine. We can leave that there. So coming back up here, we're going to take out Netflix. We're going to take out Audible, so this can come back up here. We're going to take out Spotify. What else did we say we wanted to take out? Maybe Costco. Maybe Costco, I don't know. I'll leave it there for now. Audible, Spotify. Okay, Instacart. We're going to take that one out. Ideally, we'd have our subscriptions under $150 a month. And right now we're at about $188. I'm flipping forward because some of these are due in like February and March. And so I want to get a better example of what the average monthly cost is. Yeah, see, we're getting closer. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take out YNAB. I have until August if I change my mind, because that's when I have to renew it. But we're going to take it out. I don't know if we're going to be keeping it. Technically, this one should not be included in there either, because it's budgeting for the full amount, but I'd only need $26. So $113. Okay, perfect. So subscriptions meet the $150 or less. Sorry, let's actually bump forward here. And we're down to $6,500, 66, and we were at 69. Okay, so other things to start taking out then. We're going to take out the pet insurance, which I think I have to leave in for now because it would be too late to cancel it, but I'll delete the target for now and then I'll take it out later. These got to stay, these are going to stay, these are going to stay. We're going to take this one out because I will get a cheaper, well, I guess I still need it in there though. I think it was about $27 a month. So I'll just put that in there for now. Monthly, yeah, okay. Brings us down to $65.04. I'm really resisting taking out the daycare, can you tell? How far is this video in? 27 minutes already. Ooh, sorry guys. Okay, we're gonna start scaling back some of this stuff again. $800 a month for food. The other thing though is I'm meeting this target while the kids are in daycare full time, and the daycare feeds them throughout the day. $200, 50, 40. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Maybe we will. $800 over 12 months would be about $66 a month. This is giving me a higher because I flipped forward. We'll say 65 a month is what we want to save. Brings us down to $6,400 or $400 less. And then come March, this will go away. Oh, okay, so that pretty much gets us to our goal then. I might not have to take out childcare, which is fantastic. Pet insurance we took out already. Can I shave another $60 out of here? We could do it here. Take this down to $550. And then one more thing. This is, no, sorry, the total. Yeah, okay, leave that in there. I could take out the gym. It's not like I go anyways. I could just work out at home. Most of what Cody and I want to do is calisthenics. And that could be done at, like, for free at home. So if we take out the gym, that gets us under $6,000 a month. That feels pretty okay. I feel pretty okay with that. And that's still including our sinking funds and everything too, which is great. So what that means going forward is that our monthly child tax, which actually, come to think of it, so that's $590 a month, and $250 would go to daycare. That leaves us $340 divided by 2, so that would be $170 per kid. So I'm actually going to take these targets out of here because that's going to get paid out of the child tax benefit that we get every month, and their daycare will be paid out of that as well, because that's how it should work. The benefit should be going, what does that wind up leaving us? So $590 minus $250 for daycare minus, we'll say maybe $60 a month per kid, so that's minus $120 total, so $220 left over for food. Perfect. I think that works. I'm pretty happy with that. I like that. That makes me feel really good. I feel good with how that worked out, because now that means that this is also not, we're not taking care of that. And this is going to go away in March. And we cancel this. I'm feeling pretty okay about this. Okay, so now Cody's income minus, we'll say $5,700. I'm just going to round it up. So that leaves us $300 a month that we could snowball into an extra debt payment or savings, or if we want to bump up our spending. Oh, that makes me feel so much better. Yay! Okay, this $4 I'm going to put into the change jar. That makes me feel good. That is awesome possum. And we didn't really have to take away from the big things that we wanted to keep for right now, which was daycare, because I think I'm going to phase them out of it slowly. So I'll probably have Freya come home first, and I'm going to try and hold off until the summer if I can, and then that way we can kind of like start school around the same time that normal school would start. And come to think of it, I would also register her with our school board or a school board, and then I get partial funding. So I might not even need the homeschool fund, because the government theoretically should be giving us some money towards school supplies and stuff for homeschool and anything we might need. So sweet. Okay. So canceled Netflix, Audible, Spotify. Oh, and we were keeping Costco with this, right? Okay, so it lets us keep Costco, and it lets us keep YouTube Premium, which is great. Cool. Okay, so we're going to see how that works going into the new year. Now I have to go through and update all my paper budgets, but that's okay. I'll do that off screen. Cool. I'm excited to tell Cody that we actually managed to make that work. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic, fantastic new year. It's January 2nd. I'm going to try and edit this and record it, or not record it, edit it and upload it today. Oh, sweet. Okay, I feel a little lighter now. If you're stressing out about your finances, go reconcile your budgets, go into your transactions. Don't be afraid to look at your spending and get on top of your budget for the new year. You can do it. Make the hard choices. Okay, that's it. I'm done for today. My thing keeps yelling at me that I have a poor network quality, which is impacting my streaming experience. So I really hope this camera feed looked okay for the whole thing. And if not, I apologize. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week, and we will chat with you later on. Bye!